Now they're coming down to Miami, and it's going to be hot. I think right now, last time I checked, it's going to be 86 scattered thunderstorms. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. It's going to be muggy, which I know you know about. You played many games down there. When
Yeah.
you were a player and you had to go down to Miami in September or even October when it's hot like this,
Mm.
how much was that a factor? Could you ever get used to it? Did you just try to manage it the best? What was it for you as a player to sort of handle that heat as some of these guys are going to see this week?
Well, in the NFL, the first part of the season is usually the toughest on your big guys because they're kind of getting acclimated to the condition of playing 4 quarters of football, where before leading up to that, they're just practicing and going in spurts and playing preseason. So you're really exhausted and worn down those first two games for your big guys. This is a crucial time because this is the third game, and usually the third game for most pro athletes, they're starting to get their win. They're there. They can conditionally handle things well, and also the weather. The weather is a little bit more difficult when it's warm the early part of the year, just for the simple fact you're getting your condition out of you. I would like to see this game later in the season for the Bills because then, after a few cold games up north and coming down to the warm weather, it'll be just what the doctor ordered. But the early part of the year is the toughest part of the year to play in Miami for any team across the country. Unless you'd have to be from Louisiana to be able to experience what goes on training in the Miami Heat. So I give the advantage to the Dolphins in that area, just because they're acclimated to the climate. But the Buffalo Bills, they have to be careful of this. Hydration is key.
Yeah, because the Patriots week 1 flew in on a Tuesday because they thought that might help, and it didn't help at all. Like 1 or 2 extra days ain't going to help. But again, the Bills went down last year week 2, and they handled Miami. So the heat's a factor, but at the end of the day, the team with the best players usually wins. And the Bills get their payback because Miami most years flies up to play the Bills in the snow. So it works out both ways. Miami's got to deal with the snow. The Bills got to deal with the heat. It all balances out in the end.
Yeah.